Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Riya Deshwal and you're back on my channel Crux of English, and today we are going to start the next topic of RPSC or UGC NET, whichever you're preparing for English literature. And today we are going to do the literary theory, which is psychoanalysis. If you're new here, please go watch the structuralism and post-structuralism videos of literary theory that I've already taught, which are parts of RPSC, English Literature Assistant Professor of the paper 1. And today we are going to start the third theory. We have already done structuralism and post-structuralism. The third theory that we are going to talk about is psychoanalysis. Now when you see the word psychoanalysis, what do you see? It's psycho and analysis. There are two words here, psycho and analysis. So it's very simple to understand what psychoanalysis is. It's the analysis of the psychology. What is psychology? We all know what psychology is. Psychology is however our brain works, however our behavior is, whatever we do, it's all based on our psyche or our psychology. So when we analyze the psychology of anything, it comes under psychoanalysis. When it comes to literature, what we're talking about in psychoanalysis, if you would psychoanalyze a text, you would psychoanalyze the psychology of the author, because the words that the author is writing are actually a window into his soul or into his mind. Then you would see the psychology of the character and the psychology of the audience. That audience is reading or watching or anyway analyzing the text. So you'll see the psychology of these three. This is what we call psychoanalysis. Now psychoanalysis was first time given by, the word was given by Freud. Everyone knows that, I hope. It's Sigmund Freud. He is the father of psychoanalysis. He started talking about psychology as a theory. So let's talk about the first writer in psychoanalysis, which is Sigmund Freud. तो हम आज सिगमंड फ्रॉइड के बारे में बात करेंगे. Sigmund Freud, to be very honest, I'm a little biased there because he's one of my favorite writers. Sigmund Freud. Okay, so the books that you need to remember, I always talk about the books first and then I talk about the concepts that the writer has given. The first book that you need to remember is Interpretation of Dreams. Now psychology is really related to dreams because हमारे जो सपने होते हैं, the dreams that we have are actually a manifestation of our unconscious. जो हमारे ड्रीम्स होते हैं वो एक्चुअली हमारे अनकॉन्शियस ब्रेन से आते हैं, ना कि कॉन्शियस ब्रेन से. कॉन्शियस ब्रेन होता है जो हम एवरीडे लाइफ में, अगर मैं आपसे अभी बात कर रही हूँ तो मैं कॉन्शियसली बात कर रही हूँ, कॉन्शियस ब्रेन से बात कर रही हूँ, लेकिन जब मैं कोई ड्रीम देखूँगी तो वो अनकॉन्शियस ब्रेन से देखूँगी. तो साइकोलॉजी और ड्रीम्स का एक बहुत ही डीप इंटरकनेक्शन होता है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस. सो इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ ड्रीम्स, दैट वाज द फर्स्ट बुक that Sigmund Freud wrote that you need to remember, and second is Uncanny. You need to remember these two books. Now let's talk about the concepts of Sigmund Freud. The first concept that we are going to talk about is of the iceberg. So Sigmund Freud said that mind is like an iceberg. Now what does he mean by this? It's very important to know. So I'll draw something and then I'll explain it to you. If this is an iceberg, okay, you know what icebergs are. आइसबर्ग्स होते हैं कि अगर किसी बड़ा कोई माउंटेन है आइस का, उससे वो टूट के किसी समुद्र में चले जाते हैं, तो ऐसे समुद्र में कहीं कोई टुकड़ा पीस आइस का इज़ फ्लोइंग, दैट इज़ नोन एज एन आइसबर्ग. सो एन आइसबर्ग, if this is the top of the iceberg, the part that you can see, then the iceberg is actually this much inside. The part that you see is the part that is on top of the water, that you see on the level of the ground, is this, and it's deep inside, really deep inside. So what he was saying when he was comparing mind and iceberg, वो क्या कर रही थी, he was saying that this is the conscious part of our brain. This is the conscious part of the brain. Then he divided these into two. This is the subconscious, and this, the biggest part of the iceberg, is the unconscious. Now what he meant to say was कि हमारा कॉन्शियस ब्रेन होता है वो क्या करता है, इट गिव्स अस एवरीडे थॉट्स, एवरीडे आइडियाज़. जो भी हम काम कर रहे हैं एवरीडे लाइफ में, इट ऑल कम्स फ्रॉम अनकॉन्शियस. जो भी हम बोल रहे हैं, चल रहे हैं, जो भी है, ये सब हम कॉन्शियस ब्रेन से कर रहे हैं. सो जो कॉन्शियस ब्रेन है वो सिर्फ इतना एग्जिस्ट करता है. उसके बाद उन्होंने बोला सबकॉन्शियस. सबकॉन्शियस क्या होता है, द वन दैट इज लाइंग जस्ट बिहाइंड द सर्फेस. हमको अभी इन चीज़ों के बारे में याद नहीं है, लेकिन अगर हम सोचेंगे उस चीज़ के बारे में तो ये चीज़ें बहुत आसानी से सरफेस पे लाई जा सकती है, बहुत इजीली ये ऊपर आ सकती हैं, सबकॉन्शियस से कॉन्शियस में ट्रांसफ़र हो सकती हैं. लेकिन अनकॉन्शियस, उन्होंने बोला, ये बहुत बड़ा वेल है, वेल ऑफ डिज़ायर्स, वेल ऑफ वांट्स, वेल ऑफ हमारी जो भी इच्छाएं होती हैं अनकॉन्शियसली, जो हम चाहते हैं वो सब इसमें होता है. लेकिन ये चीज़ें बहुत आसानी से सरफेस पे नहीं आ पाती. इनको सरफेस पे लाने के लिए या तो एक बहुत डीप मेडिटेटिव स्टेट चाहिए होती है, या फिर आपको एक ड्रीम्स चाहिए होते हैं. ये वाला जो पार्ट है, दिस इज़ द ओनली पार्ट दैट वी सी इन ड्रीम्स. So this is what was the concept of the iceberg that was given by Sigmund Freud. Now the next concept that we are going to talk about is Freudian slips. Freudian slips. Now Freudian slips क्या होती हैं? These are the slip of tongue that we see in everyday life because of some want that we have, some inner unconscious want we have. So क्या होगा कि unconscious brain जब हमारा काम कर रहा होगा और वो कुछ चाहता है, लेकिन हम consciously हम उसको कह नहीं पा रहे because of the morality or the society, then वो हमारे slip of tongue में दिखाई देते हैं. slip of tongue क्या होता है कि हम कुछ बोलना कुछ चाहते हैं और हम बोल कुछ और जाते हैं. तो वो बेसिकली फ्रॉइड बोलते हैं कि वो ऐसे ही नहीं होता. It happens because of the unconscious mind and the thoughts that we have in our unconscious. Okay, now let's talk about the third concept that Freud gave, which was of id, ego and superego. So he divided the brain, he divided mind into three parts: id, ego, superego. Now id होता है everything that we want. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, if there's a child, he says I want this candy. एक बच्चा है that is saying that I want this candy, उसको वो कैंडी चाहिए. कोई मतलब नहीं है उस बच्चे को जानने से कि मॉरली वो रॉन्ग है या फिर लॉजिकली वो रॉन्ग है. उसके हिसाब से उसे वो कैंडी चाहिए तो चाहिए. वो उसके लिए he'll cry and he'll yell and he'll throw tantrums and he'll do everything he can because he just wants that candy. So when we are talking about the wants without the logic, the reason or morality, then we are talking about the id part of our brain. Now what is superego? First let's talk about superego and then we'll jump back to ego. Superego is the morality. the should, what I should do or what I shouldn't do. Ab I have a parent who is not very rich and he cannot afford the candy. So my mind, if my mind is saying that my parent can't afford the candy, so I should not want this candy. So that in that case, my super ego is working. The part of my mind that is working is super ego, that I should not want this candy. Now, ego is kind of the compromise between the two. यहाँ पे बेसिकली आपका लॉजिक ज़्यादा काम कर रहा होता है कि मुझे मेरे लिए what is the best for me, but I am not throwing the tantrums. It's not what I want, it's what I need that matters. So यहाँ पे तो आप चीज़ों को you would leave because मोरालिटी वाइज दिस इज रॉन्ग. यहाँ पे मोरालिटी वर्क ही नहीं करती. यू वुड बी लाइक कि नहीं, आई वॉन्ट दिस देन आई वॉन्ट दिस, आई डोंट केयर हु गेट्स हर्ट और वॉट. And in this part of the mind, you're actually thinking, you're taking this step logically, you're thinking ki what is right and what is wrong and what would be the best decision for me and I would make that decision. So यहाँ पे actually logic काम कर रहा होता है. So this is really important, especially for, I mean, this is important for every exam that you go through. This is even covered in TAT, CTAT and every part of that, because this is actually a part of education as well, Sigmund Freud. So wherever you read, you are going to read Sigmund Freud in different theories in education, literature, everywhere. Okay. So next concept that we are going to talk about is psychosexual stages. Now let's talk about psychosexual stages. That was a concept given by Sigmund Freud. The first psychosexual stage was oral. Now let me write all the stages and then I'll explain them one by one. The second is anal, third is phallic, fourth is latency, and the last, fifth, is genital. So what Freud was saying, he was saying कि बच्चा जैसे जैसे बड़ा होता है, as the child grows up, till he becomes an adult, he goes through these 5 stages जो actually उसका sexual development करते हैं. So basically यहाँ पे years आपको याद रखने पड़ेंगे. ये 0 to 1 होता है, ये 1 to 3, 3 to 6 is phallic, 6 to 11 is latency, and 11 to 18, that means adult, is genital. Now let's talk about the stages, different stages one by one. Okay, so the first stage that we are going to talk about is oral. Now there's another thing that you need to remember is of gratification. So everyone has a libido. Libido क्या होता है? ऐसी the place that gives us pleasure, जहाँ से भी हमको pleasure and satisfaction मिलता है, हम उसको libido बोलते हैं. अब ये कि different person में different हो सकता है, लेकिन अगर libido को ज़्यादा मिलता है तो उससे gratification होता है, और अगर कम मिलता है तो उससे repression होता है. कि अगर आपको कोई चीज़ ज़्यादा मिलेगी तो आपको एक्सेस हो जाएगा और आपको एक्सेस प्लेजर मिलेगा, जिसकी वजह से आप ग्रैटिफाई होगे. लेकिन अगर आपको वो प्लेजर प्रॉपरली नहीं मिलेगा तो उसकी वजह से आप रिप्रेस होगे. नाउ इसी पे बेस्ड वो 5 स्टेजेस हैं, और 5 स्टेजेस क्या है? फर्स्ट इज ओरल. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट ओरल फर्स्ट. ओरल स्टेज. नाउ हम ये I already told you it's from 0 to 1 years. Now oral stage में the libido is actually in the mouth. Why? आपने देखा होगा जो बिल्कुल छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, they want to put everything in their mouth. थम और कोई भी आप उनको टॉय दे देंगे, they just start putting it in the mouth, and that's why we say that libido is in the mouth. उसके बाद क्या होता है? If you repress the child, if you stop the child from putting things into his mouth, what would happen is he would be repressed. इससे रिप्रेशन से क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकती हैं कि बड़ा जब बच्चा बड़ा होगा ही कुड यू नो नेल बाइट और suck his thumb, things like that, जो वो अपने मुंह में रख सकता है, because the things that he can put in his mouth, because everything is about the mouth and the libido hasn't been satisfied enough and he wants to go back to the oral stage. Now the second stage is anal. Anal stage, और anal stage में जो libido होता है that is in the bowel movement. ये तो आपको anal से ही समझ में आ रहा होगा, anal is connected to the bowel movement. So the libido is in the bowel movement, and what is important to remember is कि यहाँ पे if the child is given too much, if he is gratified too much, then the child develops an anal expulsive behavior, which is that the child will be really messy. आप उसको देखोगे तो वो जगह जगह चीज़ें बिखेरता हुआ मिलेगा. As an adult वो चीज़ें बिखेरेगा. He would not be very decisive. He would not make the right choices. That is the anal expulsive behavior. Now if he is repressed too much, he would become compulsive obsessive. आपने सबने सुना होगा, there is this condition called obsessive compulsive disorder, where you get obsessed with doing a certain thing. Like some people are obsessed about cleaning and they would clean a certain place again and again and again and again, which is an obsessive compulsive behavior जो actually इस stage के repression से create होता है. Now the third stage is phallic. Phallic में libido is actually in the genitals or genitals, whatever you prefer. So genitals में the libido is there, because यहाँ पे क्या होता है, बच्चे में distinction शुरू हो जाता है for the other gender. They can understand the development of their body and they can understand how their body is developing and they can differentiate between genders. इस age में actually 3 to 6 years में आपने भी देखा होगा बच्चों में फ़र्क आने लगता है कि वो लड़की है, मैं उसके साथ नहीं बैठूँगा, मैं उसके साथ कहीं नहीं जाऊँगा. Boys are more comfortable with other boys and girls are more comfortable with other girls. So this is where this starts. And there's another concept that was given by Freud, that is of Oedipus and Electra complex. सो ये जो डेवलप होते हैं ये भी इसी स्टेज में, फैलिक स्टेज में डेवलप होते हैं. आई विल एक्सप्लेन टू यू व्हाट एडिपस एंड इलेक्ट्रा कॉम्प्लेक्सेस. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज coming from the background of literature, you should know who is Oedipus and who is Electra. So I will explain that to you. If you want, do comment down below if you want me to explain what Oedipus and Electra complexes and where they come from. I'll just give you a small pointer what actually they are. This is actually when the child starts getting attracted to the opposite sex parent. Like when we say Oedipus complex, this is about the male child getting attracted to his mother, and Electra complexes for girls when girls start getting attracted to their fathers. So this is what Oedipus and Electra complexes. But आप क्योंकि लिटरेचर के स्टूडेंट्स हैं तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि बेसिकली Oedipus और Electra है कौन, बिकॉज दीज आर these are literary figures that came in the time of Greeks, but इनके बेसिस पे ये कॉन्सेप्ट दिया है उन्होंने. तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि बेसिकली Oedipus और Electra है कौन, और ये कॉम्प्लेक्स इनका एग्जाम्पल यहाँ क्यों दिया गया, ये नाम क्यों दिया गया है, बिकॉज Oedipus was married to his mother and Electra was also taking revenge on her mother for her father's death. सो बेसिकली आपको इन दोनों की स्टोरी पता होनी चाहिए. अगर आपको नहीं पता है तो डू कमेंट एंड आई विल लेट यू नो what actually Oedipus and Electra complex are. I'll make a separate video on it. Now the third, we have talked about Frelick. Now let's talk about latency. Latency is the stage where the child starts developing ego and superego. I've already explained to you what ego and superego are, and in the stage of latency is जब ये दोनों डेवलप होते हैं. नेक्स्ट लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द लास्ट स्टेज विच इज जेनिटल और जेनिटल स्टेज में एक्चुअली अट्रैक्शन शुरू हो जाता है टू द ऑपोजिट जेंडर. द गर्ल्स स्टार्टेड गेटिंग अट्रैक्टेड टू बॉयज़ को लड़कियाँ अच्छी लगने लगती हैं. सो दैट्स व्हाट हैपन्स इन दी genital stage, and this is where the psychosexual stages end because यहाँ पे बच्चा adult बन जाता है. Okay, now let's talk about the next concept, which was dreams. Now he wrote an entirely different book called Interpretation of Dreams, which is only about dreams. And ये मैंने आपको already explain कर दिया है that Sigmund Freud said कि जो dreams होते हैं वो actually unconscious से आते हैं और हमारी conscious brain से नहीं आते. तो जो भी हमारे unconscious से manifestations होते हैं वो सब हमारे dreams में हमें दिखाई देते हैं. He also said that dreams are actually made of two parts. First is the manifest and second is the latent. Manifest is actually the dream जो आपने देखा है. It's the dream जो आपने देखा है, आपको याद रहा है कि हाँ मैंने ये सपना देखा था. हम सपने तो कंटिन्यूसली बहुत सारे देखते हैं लेकिन हमको सारे सपने अपने याद नहीं रहते हैं. तो जो सपने हमको याद रहते हैं वो बेसिकली मैनिफेस्ट में आते हैं. और लेटेंट होता है वो जो सपने किसी चीज़ को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे होते हैं. हमेशा सपने लिटरल नहीं होते हैं, वो किसी और चीज़ को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे होते हैं. जैसे आपने इफ़ यू वुड हैव सीन योरसेल्फ फॉलिंग फ्रॉम अ बिल्डिंग, ऐसा होगा कि आपकी लाइफ में ना कुछ अनस्टेबल चीज़ हो रही होगी, कोई चेंज आ रहा होगा जिसकी वजह से आपको इनसिक्योर फील हो रहा होगा और इस वजह से आप you are falling off a building. It's not literal that you are going to fall off a building, but this is the manifestation of your unconscious brain that is working, which is making you think that you might fall off a building because there is so much change. So these were the two parts of the dreams. Now that is it for today. We are going to cover a few other writers in psychoanalysis in the next video, which would be the psychoanalysis part 2, which would come out tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment and let me know what all you need more from me. I'll be there to explain whatever you need. Thank you so much for watching.